Look, 5 minutes. Right on. I'm proud of it. It's exciting and scary at the same time. Okay, so who's here? Who's sweating out their taxes right now? Anybody? No, you guys are done. Nobody, you guys don't pay taxes. You can go home. No. Matthew Guyver's got an awesome solution called WeFileit. And it all has to do with helping people get better results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And you're on beat.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Guyver, and I am the founder of WeFileit. We're making taxes easier and more affordable by connecting consumers directly with experienced tax pros in a safe and stress-free environment. And we're doing so by cutting out the excessive middleman that usually get involved when you file your tax returns. We're seeing great growth and have an awesome community of tax pros that have already become loyal advocates of our brand. But before I go there, let me give you a little bit more information about me. I've been a lifelong entrepreneur. I started my first business at only 14, and after graduating college when I was only 19, I started a marketing consulting firm that quickly grew to become a 6-person consulting agency, managing between $250,000 and $500,000 a month in online media. When I closed that agency to move to San Francisco, I worked at a couple of startups, most recently including WeFileit and University Now. But I've always been really passionate about doing something disruptive in the tax space, because most of the clients at the agency were in the tax prep and tax debt relief industry, and it gave me a first-hand insight into not only the lack of innovation, but quite honestly, the greed and the corruption that runs rampant in the tax industry. So over the past year, I've built out a kick-ass team of co-founders with expertise in engineering, user experience, and marketing, as well as some awesome advisors to do something about the tax prep industry, which is a $9 billion industry, but one that hasn't really seen innovation since 1986 when the IRS introduced e-filing, and shortly thereafter, at-home tax softwares were released to the market. It's 2013 now. And as a proud resident of San Francisco, I have unlimited options for everyday tasks, like going across town to get food for my dog. I can walk, I can take a Muni, I can hail down a traditional cab, I can request a Lyft driver, I can borrow a bike from a bike sharing company, or I can post a task on TaskRabbit to get the dog food and have it brought back to my apartment. But when tax season rolls around every year, I, like the majority of Americans, only have 2 options. The same 2 options I've had my entire lifetime. Go to a local H&R Block, where I'll pay an average of $192 to have my return prepared by someone who may or may not have any experience related to my unique financial situation, or download the latest version of TurboTax and hope to God that I have enough tax law knowledge to avoid getting a fat bill from the IRS. Taxpayers deserve more options, but until now, there hadn't been a safe way to find a tax professional with experience related to your unique financial situation and start the process of filing your return. That was until now. When you go to WeFileit, you can find a tax pro in a safe and stress-free environment. And you can browse by information about them, like the states they can prepare in, their starting at rates, the number of reviews they have. And you can also look through their unique financial experience to find someone related to your financial situation. Let's say you need help with the Earned Income Tax Credit. Our tax pro, Jal, can help. Let's say you're a retired individual and you need someone who specializes in retirement returns. Our tax pro, Craig, can help. Businesses, LLCs, nonprofit, you name it, we have a tax pro that can help. And getting advice is easy. It literally only takes seconds to get started. All we need from you is some basic information to sign up in our marketplace. Then, once you find a tax pro you want to reach out to, now their information is displayed, but if you want to go ahead and contact them, submit a little bit of basic information, and go ahead and submit your contact. Sorry. And you should hear back from your tax pro within 24 hours, and they'll collect the information they need from you in order to get started on processing your return. There's no longer a need of worrying about what to throw in the shoebox. They'll reach out to you and get the exact documents they need from you to prepare your return and then sign off on your return. Our tax pros love us. They see what we're doing and that we're an honest company disrupting the corrupt tax industry and want to help us succeed and become advocates of our brand. James, for instance, is putting his WeFileit URL in a print ad. Other tax pros of ours are sharing our messages online and getting the message out. Every week we have a Tax Pro of the Week blog post where we feature unique content provided to us by one of our tax pros. Because our tax pros are becoming marketers for us, we've been able to do great things on a very limited budget. We currently have 50 tax pros in our marketplace, all of which have been pre-screened by a member of our team, and another 20 on our waitlist to be added. We're also seeing incredible traffic. Since the marketplace version of our site launched only 1 month ago, we've had almost 22 unique hits to our website, mostly on social referrals, again, from a very strict budget. WeFiling is the new e-filing, and we predict that within a few years, millions of Americans will be e-filing their returns. And if you want to help us on our mission of making taxes easier and more affordable, then I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. I have a question right off. How does it work with regard to state taxes?
Each tax pro states in their profile what states they're allowed to file their returns in. Most CPAs can file a return in any state. Other states like California have specifics like CTEC certification. So we allow our tax pros to select those and then verify that they're able to file in those respective states they list on their profiles.
Got it. Jesse.
How are you planning to scale with the number of tax pros that you have?
Well, like I said, we already have 50 and 20 on our wait list. Our ambition is to get to 100 by the end of tax season, but they're coming to us. All we're doing right now is paid search and digital classified ads, and we're seeing a cost per tax pro acquisition of under $20. The sky's the limit. They see that we're doing a great thing, and there's over 750,000 people in the US that are certified to and work in the tax professional industry. So we have limited potential. They see we're an honest company and are referring to us. They're banging down the doors to get in our network. And I can tell you those 20 people that are on our wait list, we're not very happy that they're on the wait list because they want to see their profiles out now and want to start getting business through our marketplace.
So just to clarify, the tax preparer is the individual that files the taxes for your user.
Yes, we call them our WeFileit tax pros are people who will do the tax preparation.
And you're receiving a cut of the transaction?
We are not right now. Right now and for this tax season, we're completely providing a free service and not monetizing off the transaction. After tax season, we're going to start facilitating the financial aspect, kind of acting like an escrow service. So when someone makes a request, they see the starting at rate, and they'll be charged for that starting at rate. And then when their preparer finishes the return or back tax settlement, then the funds will be released to the preparer, and we'll take a percent of the revenue, probably between 20 and 30%.
Could you help me understand how this would be different than Yelping, for instance, a tax law or someone specializing in that? Because it essentially seems like you'd get a rating on someone who's good.
So similar to Yelp, except that we're facilitating more of the transaction. So we're collecting information and submitting it securely to them and helping the users get started, and we're specializing specifically in taxes. Now, once this tax season is over, and we begin doing the escrow part of the service, and then looking into next season, our ambition is to have an online web app that's free of cost to our tax pros, so they can log on and do the return all from the WeFileit platform without any external software. So that will significantly differentiate us from more traditional service listings like Yelp.
So for people who've been doing their taxes online or with software for the last several years, are you going to provide any tools that allow people to import this through your website in some secure fashion to all these tax preparers?
Yeah, absolutely. So, our target audience is more the people who go into an H&R Block to get their returns prepared by a person. Our target audience isn't necessarily people who already have that much tax knowledge that they're comfortable filing their return without any human interaction. For those people, they may or may not be drawn to our marketplace. It actually may be affordable in many cases than different tax software. But really, the target audience and the disruption that we're trying to bring is in disrupting the retail tax industry.
Matthew, are you you're headquartered here in San Francisco?
Yes, we are. We're headquartered in San Francisco. One of my co-founders is located in Sacramento, but all the rest of us are here in SF.
What's the rest of us? How big is your team?
I have 3 co-founders and 1 advisor. Our co-founders, my user experience designer, who is actually here in the audience with me as well. Props for Nikki for making us a beautiful product. And an engineering co-founder, as well as a marketing co-founder. That's us.
Cool. 30 seconds left on the clock. Last call for questions. Anybody?
I actually did mine. I have quite a bit of tax knowledge. I did mine through TurboTax because I needed funds in order to get this rolling. I needed money in order to get things rolling. We haven't had any seed or angel investments, so getting my refund in so that way I could start paying advertising dollars was something important.
That's good. WeFileit. Nice job, Matthew.
Thanks.
Okay, well, CJ.